go. So next week, Tuesday, December 5th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I will have 2 announcements. I will go over the 2024 product shares. They are coming, and it will be for the 2024 mini catalog. So I'll give you all the details as well as prices on the product shares. And also, I have a 2024 calendar kit. I know last year everybody enjoyed the calendar kits. I made over 100 calendar kits. As you might remember, Kathleen, I just saw your name pop up, so I thought of you. So anyway, next Tuesday, December 5th, 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to go over the product shares with you for the new mini, and you're going to get a sneak peek of the 2024 calendar kit, okay? Then on Wednesday night, which I'm assuming it's going to be my last Facebook Live until January. Again, my daughter is expected to have a cesarean on December 11th, and I will be taking 3 weeks off to be, maybe it's 4 weeks, but anyway, I'm taking time off to be with her and to prepare for Christmas. So anyway, next Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m., if we are here and not at the hospital, Tom will be joining us, and that's my husband. And as many of you know, he's joined us in the past, and he is going to be demonstrating his terribly terrific tags. So he loves to make tags, and he is going to be using 2 bundles in the holiday mini, all right? So it is a Tom class. It should be a hoot. And just cross your fingers, we are still here. We want to be here. We do not want the babies to come before December 11th. But if they do, we know they are in good hands. So anyway, jot down those dates. Go ahead, set your phone alarm, and don't miss it, okay? I'll give you a few minutes to set those alarms. Hello, Diana. Hi, Bess. Oh, it should be fun, Nancy, for sure. Hi, Aunt Ethel. Hello, Sandy. All right. Yeah, so we have calendar kits coming. I'm so excited about them. They were a huge hit last year. So I can't wait to give you a sneak peek and just to give you all those details. So those are 2 things you'll be able to sign up for in December. And I can tell you this with the calendar kits, I have to wait for supplies to order on January 4th. So calendar kits will ship mid-January because I have to wait for the product. Oh yes, and as Sue knows, my husband likes to call embellishments embezzlements. And you know, ladies, we have quite a few embezzlements. So those are the dates. That's what's coming up as long as the twin boys do not arrive early. So yeah, it should be fun. Okay, so I have done that. We've gone over that. Let's see, what else? I think we're ready to get started on our rustic tags. By the way, remember to look at the last chance products, things that are retiring, things that are carrying over. Check the clearance rack. There's some wonderful deals to be had, so don't forget about those. And it is the holiday season, so grab some Stampin' Up mugs. I'm going to start drinking out of mine tomorrow. So grab your Stampin' Up mugs and celebrate all season long. And yes, I think we're ready to begin with their Rustic Christmas Countdown Kit. Unless y'all have any questions for me. Can you think of anything? All right. Okay. Yes, it has been a while since Tom has done his terribly terrific tags. So it's time. And I'm going to help him on Sunday. He said he needed a little help. So Sunday afternoon, we're going to work on his little class. But I'm really going to let him take it over. So, oh my gosh. Kathleen says, my brothers are twins. Both their wives had twins. And my niece Had identical twin boys. Unbelievable, Kathleen. Lots of twins in your family. So my daughter Andrea is an identical twin, which I think most of you know. She's an identical twin, and she's having identical twins, and they're not hereditary. It's just a fluke of nature. All right, well, let's get going. I'm super excited about this kit. I'm going to open it with you. If you have it, go ahead and open up yours as well. You're going to notice that it comes with some hefty clothespins, and that is in case you want to use it as a an advent calendar or a countdown to Christmas calendar. And so here is the actual kit right here. And I'm going to try and move some things out of the way. Yes, it is much easier, Kathleen, to have one at a time. All right, as you can see here, there are 25 envelopes. So 25 envelopes to embellish. And I'm going to show you the alternatives I made. But what I'm going to do first is we'll go over the contents. And we're going to make one of each of these envelopes so that you have all of the designs. And then I'll show you the alternatives that go with it, okay? All right. So we've got some dimensionals. And then we've got cherry cobbler and some craft twine. By the way, this is some beautiful twine. We have 25 envelopes here. And if you look at the envelopes, and you may not notice this at first because I didn't, these are two different designs and two different shades. This is more of a crumb cake or natural look, and this is more of a soft, basic white finish on it. But they both have designs, and you're going to have enough envelopes to do all 25 days of Christmas, okay? Then we have embezzlements. Now these are gorgeous. We're going to use every single one of these for our projects, okay? And these are the numbers. Now the numbers are important if you're using this as a countdown calendar. So here they are. We've got some brass ones, and then we have some wood grain ones and some wood rounds, all right? Then you're going to notice that we have some ribbons, and we have some of these leaves, okay? All right, and we have poinsettias right here, and these all pop out. Now the holly I find really pretty, and so here's the holly with the berries, okay? These are absolutely stunning. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and I'm going to pull them out now. You are going to notice, I think I'm stuck on something. You know, I should have changed that. I might put something over this grid paper. We've got two different shades here, okay? More of an old olive and a mossy meadow. By the way, these are glue dots that were just slipped right in here with the die cuts. And I don't know about y'all, but I find that if I put all of these together, stacked together, then it makes them really easy to pop out, okay? And I might have too many. I do have, like, you know, 4 layers here, so I'll go down to 2. There's Mossy Meadow. Then look at this one. Look at this gorgeous piece. And again, these are in 2 shades of green as well. So we've got the Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to call that Old Olive, okay? So we have some more to do. I'm just going to go ahead and pop them all out. And you'll find that the design on the envelopes repeat. And so I'll get into that in a minute. All right, so I still have a few more. All right. Has anyone ordered this kit and have you put it together? All right, there we go. That's our little pieces and parts. We have our cardboard right here, which, you know what? I think I'll use the cardboard. I should have changed my grid paper because this has some old Tombow liquid glue on it and it's a bit sticky. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put that right there, okay? Not very pretty, but it will cover up that sticky part. All right, so if you look at the design, you're going to notice that these envelopes repeat. For example, number 1, number 5, number 9, number 13, 17, and 21 are all the same, okay? They're all the same envelope, so I'm just going to create one with you, all right? So we can open our directions, and by the way, just in case you're not a paper pumpkin user, you may not know this, but there is a ruler down here, all right? So we do have a ruler right along the bottom of this piece of paper for measuring, okay? All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna start with number 1, and then I am going to show you how I did my alternative. First, I am starting with a crumb cake envelope, and it does have a score line, all right? And I'm just gonna fold on that scallop line. Now, with the design, Stampin' Up! Has all the flaps going forward, okay? Like this. This is going to be the front, all right? If you would prefer it on the back, just flip over the envelope and you can embellish this side. But the directions call for the flap to be on the front. And I am going to look for my number 1. And by the way, these are the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these envelopes, okay, have this design. So it's day 1, day 5, day 9, 13, 17, 21, and 25, all right? So that is 7 envelopes that are going to be exactly the same, just in case you didn't know that, all right? So we will do one together. All right, so I am looking at the directions for this first envelope, and it's calling for 1 mossy meadow and 1 of the lighter greens, which I'm gonna call Old Olive, okay? So it is calling for these 2 to be together. As soon as I can pick this up. All right, here we go. So when you put these 2 layers together, you definitely want to stagger them. You don't want to line them up completely because then you're not going to see the other color. All right, so the mossy meadow is going to go on the bottom, and I'm going to use Stampin' Up's glue dots. I do prefer my round ones, but I am going to use the Stampin' Up ones. And the directions call for 3 glue dots on the circle. All right. So that one's done, that one's done. And if you use your take your pick tool, you can usually pick up that little white circle. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in a little bit, and you'll see my 3 glue dots. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stagger my pine needles so that I can see both of these colors. Just like that. All right, now we're going to pop up the number 1. They would be awesome gift card holders. They are not too big, Kathleen, and I converted all of my envelopes to gift card holders. So after I show you this one, then I'm going to show you how I created it. So yeah, they're great for gift card holders and candy. All right, so here's the number 1 right there, and it's also calling for a little red bow. So this is the red bow right here, and we are going to pop that up as well. It's actually recommended in the instructions. I'm going to cut that dimensional in half, and I'm going to put, it looks like I'm just going to put one right there according to the package directions. You just need half of a dimensional at the top of that bow. And then I'm going to add this bow to this. All right, so that's pretty much our first one. We're going to take our embellishments, and this is where the fun begins. We can use 6 of these. And it says to use 6, but you know what? I'm going to work in an odd number, and I'm going to go with 5. All right? And that way, I am going to have more of these embellishments for the other projects, the other envelopes. All right? So that's 4. And we'll put 1. Let's see if I can get that. I might need to take your pick tool. All right, here we go. All right. Now at this point, we are ready to, and I'll show you what they do with the clothespin. Okay, let me just grab a clothespin in case you're using it as an advent calendar. Yeah, it's super, super cute. Super cute. All right, so here we want to add 2 glue dots. Again, I'm going to use what's in the kit. And it recommends putting the glue dot there and there, I believe. That's what the picture looks like, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to pick these up. And then I am going to add this about right there. And with the flap in front, I am going to add that. Now you can also flip it over, okay? And do it that way. All right, so either way, and you'll be creating, let's go back to those numbers again. You'll be creating envelope number 1, 5, 9, 13, 17, 21, and 25 the very same way. Okay? Isn't that fun? Now, I'm going to show you my alternative, okay? So, again, I'm going to use the same style envelope. And like I said, I kind of flipped mine this way, okay? But actually for this one, I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to change back and forth, okay? So I used a very old stamp set. And I'll show you the stamp set. It is called Antique Tags. I was looking for a round stamp to go in the center of the wreath. And this is the one that I found. So another option would be for you to look through your Stampin' Up! Stamps. What round images do you have that will fit in that wreath? So let's make another one. I'm going to set this one aside. and we'll add glue dots. And I'll put this one right here so you can see the alternative. And I hope you like it. Again, any stamp set does not have to be the one that I just used. So look in your stash, find yourself a round stamp that you like. And these envelopes definitely fit gift tags, gift cards. They fit gift cards. And they fit chocolate. And I'm going to show you both of those. I need some basic white paper, so let me grab some. All right, so I've got a scrap piece right here, and I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler and my little Santa stamp. And believe me, he's an oldie. I don't even know what year it is. Now, you're going to notice that there's some variation in the ink, and it's supposed to be like that. Yay, Nancy! I'm so happy you're making them with me. That's awesome. Oh, good. I'm glad you like the alternatives. We're not done, girls. All right, we're just getting started. All right, so grab a 2-inch punch if that's what fits your stamped image. And this is where you're going to punch. All right, I'm gonna punch that out. A 2-inch punch will work good. You could use a 1 3/4 inch punch if you wanted. We're going to add the dimensionals that came with the kit. I probably don't need this many dimensionals, but they make me happy. All right. I would love to see what y'all come up with as far as your alternatives. So now I'm going to add this right in the center. All right. I'm going to grab those beautiful rhinestones. Hang on. I'm working in about 12 inches of space right here. Do y'all have the same problem? Because lately, that's how I'm working. You know, whoops, and there goes another one. This is my very first day stamping, by the way. Oh, gosh. Come on. I know what the problem is. I need to change my putty. That is what the problem I'm having. All right, so that's done. Now, in the original, I didn't use the clothespin, but I think I like it with the clothespin. So let's put some glue dots on here. And by the way, I do have another alternative for this particular one, okay? All right, and we're gonna add that. Let's see. Make sure we get Santa on here straight. You can add that flap in front. So I purchased some the Ghirardelli chocolates. These are the snowmen, and they come in a bag. So these will work perfectly in your envelopes. You can also use the squares if you want. They also fit in here beautifully. All right, just like that. And then this clothespin is actually going to hold my envelope closed. And that is my first alternative. All right, the other thing you can do is if you don't want to use the clothespin, pop up the wreath onto the envelope. All right, just like this one. See how it's popped up? And you can put that on the envelope. Now, something else I'll show you. I did purchase some Starbucks gift cards. And I'm gonna grab one. I put like $5 on each one. Put your gift card in there, just like that, okay? At this point, you'll either want to put a dimensional behind here to hold it, or you can still add your clothespin. But when you add your clothespin, put it under the wreath, okay? But here, you can definitely use a glue dot to close it or a Stampin' dimensional. They will both work. And then you've got your little Starbucks gift card in there as well. So one has the candy and one has the gift card. Now with this particular one, I found another stamp set that I really, really liked. And I'll show you this one. This is another oldie. And this is Wishes and Wonder. And I liked this North Pole one, all right? Right there. So that's the one that I want to use. Now, to be honest, I'm going to stamp it on a die cut circle. It's already cut out. And so this may be difficult for me to line up. And if it is, then you guys get the idea. You know you need to stamp it and then cut it out. Now I am looking, here we go. I want to just pop out these little holes, just like this. All right, Kathleen, have a great evening. Thanks for stopping by. All right. And if y'all want me to, I can show you the candy bags. Maybe I'll show you the candy bags just so you know what to look for at the store. Okay, so I punched all that out. Let's stamp this and then I'll show you the bags of candy so you kind of know what to look for. And they were found at Target and the grocery store. So not a special place. Nothing special. All right, this probably won't turn out. So I'm just gonna stamp it on here. Let's hold our breath and see how it works. Wow, I'm impressed. I can't believe that I just did that and it's straight. Wow. All right, maybe it's not my first day stamping. Now this die, which we're gonna talk about more later, this die is from the Brightest Glow bundle, and we're going to be using this on some other alternative envelopes, okay? So Brightest Glow, and I think the dies are called Labels Aglow. They're in the annual catalog, all right? Annual catalog. Okay, so here you can see that you can add this to the wreath. So let's do one more because you're gonna see that this circle is much smaller than the Santa circle. And so I just wanna demonstrate to you how it doesn't have to be a 2-inch circle in order to work. All right. All right. And then I'll add my lighter green. And we'll put that right there. And then we're gonna pop up our North Pole. And something just fell off my table and it's my embellishment. So you know I have to get those. All right, so I'm gonna add this here and see how it's smaller than Santa, but that's okay. So it's just to show you, this is probably about 1 3/4 inch, okay, instead of the 2-inch circle. All righty. So let's go ahead. I'm actually loving adding these clothespins. And actually, I want to try something else. I bet this North Pole could go right here, okay, with this bow, all right? So let's just grab another one. bend it that way. I'm going to grab a glue dot. Let's put that on the clothespin. And this is one of the bags of candy. It's the milk chocolate peppermint hot cocoa. And this is just a really, really pretty wrapper. So we'll go ahead and we're going to add that. We'll close the front. I'm getting ahead of myself here. And let's see. And let me grab my embellishments. Okay, so you can do that, or you can actually pop up the wreath on the center of the envelope, okay? Oh, absolutely, Carol. So also, if you didn't like that it was a smaller circle, you could cut a 2-inch circle in red or gold and put it behind it. Absolutely, absolutely. What's on the back side of the number? Ooh, it's just white. So here's another thought, Margaret. Why not stamp on the back of the number? Which I hadn't thought about either until right now. So great suggestion. I'm sure that's what you were thinking. Hi, Pat. Welcome. All right, let's add some embezzlements here. All right. And make this pretty. I tell you, the embellishments really make it, doesn't it? I mean, can't you see as I put them on how beautiful they are? And again, I am doing odd numbers. All right. And so there we, chocolate or gift card, either one will work. Ooh, the sending chair gingerbread man is small enough to put in the circle. Oh, how cute, Nancy. I haven't even tried that little gingerbread boy there. What a great idea. And yes, Margaret, you could stamp on the back of the numbers, which I really hadn't thought of. And Jean says, thinking of ways to add them to a tree or add a magnet on the back of the clothespin for the fridge. Absolutely, Jean. Another great suggestion. Wow, I'm glad we're doing this because I'm getting ideas. So thank you. All right, so that one's done. And now we're going to move on to number 2, all right? And the number 2, it's just the directions that are on your paper. The embellishments are popping off on me. The first kit, the embellishments were good. They're not behaving tonight. Okay, so this is actually number 2, is the lighter envelope, okay? It's the lighter one, and we need to get to the number 2. All right, so if you look at this, you're going to be making 6 envelopes. 6 envelopes that are using this banner, okay? So 6 identical ones, all right? So we're just gonna do the number 2 and see what it recommends for us. Let's see, we're actually going to open up the envelope, and this is going to hang about right here. So let's add those glue dots. And again, I'm using the glue dots because that's what is in the kit. How many of you like using the glue dots in the kit? Some people absolutely love them. I could go either way. The papers tend to go all over the place, all over my workspace, and that kind of drives me crazy a little bit. All right, so here we are. Number 2 right there, okay? And then we're going to take the holly. So if we look at the brochure, and this is a bit glossy, so I know it's difficult for you to see. Pat hates them. Yes, Pat, you can watch me struggle with them tonight. We're going to need the holly and we're going to need the berry. And then we're going to add them to the clothespin. All right. So let's get that holly. And let's get one of the berries. Okay. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab a second holly because I'm going to need it for the alternative. All right. Okay. So if you notice, there is a line between the shading, okay? And so the directions don't tell you to do this, but it looks like they did it in the directions. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take my fingernail and I am going to crease that right where that line is, okay? I'm glad to know how everybody feels about the glue dots. It's cracking me up, I love it. All right, again, using my fingernail. I don't think they stick as well as the regular dots either, Nancy. I'm with you. All right. And then we're going to take the berries and we're going to put one dimensional right there in the center. And then we're actually going to cover that up. So now you can see my holly is kind of three-dimensional. I'm going to take the clothespin. I keep losing my take your pick tool, and it's probably right in front of me. It's right where I put it. All right. So again, let's get the glue dots. The directions show to add the glue dots at the bottom of the clothespin right there. All right, so we're on number 2. We've done the holly. We've added the berries. We've got glue dots right here on the clothespin, and we are about to put it together, okay? All righty. So I'm going to lift those up. Yeah, I'm going to have these little white dots everywhere in this room, everywhere. All right, so I kind of covered up the metal part of the clothespin, and this is where I'm going to add this. All right, so that is number 2. And again, I forgot how many I said that you would make. You will do number 2, 6, 10, 14, 18, and 22. So you would make all of those look the same. All right, aren't they fun? Again, gift cards, chocolates. I'll show you the other chocolates. For the snowman, they are right here. So check your local Target, check your grocery store. They're not anything fancy. These have 3 different, a sea salt caramel, milk chocolate caramel, and a peppermint bark. So we've got 3 different kinds of that one. All right, so let me show you my alternative. This is how I changed mine up. So I did some in cherry cobbler, and then I stamped some in mossy meadow. All right, and then I added those embellishments right here. All right. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, and your directions do not call for this, but I think you'll have enough rhinestones to do this. I felt like the berries needed something, and you should have enough of the embellishments to add this to your berries. All right. They might have them at Kohl's, Peggy. I think you're right. I've seen them in there too. Walmart should have them too. So see how I added the sequins to the berries? It's time for chocolate, Pat. I have got to get this chocolate out of my room, actually. I'll be happy to pass you several chocolates. All right, so let's make one. Let's do my alternative. It's the lighter envelope. And this time what I'm going to do, and again, it can be forward, it can be backwards. It does not matter. And I am going to take, I'll use number 6. And I'm going to actually use my Stampin' seal for this. I could use 4. I may not use my Stampin' seal. I forgot that I needed to replace this one because my runner stopped, and I did not do that. So we're going to go back to glue dots, and we're going to put 4 on the banner, just like the directions call for. I think the berries pop too once you put the sequin on there. It needed something. So, anybody else working on their kit tonight while I'm doing this? All right, I'm gonna bring this pretty high up. I think about right here should do it. So basically, it's a little bit lower than that one, all right? All right, we're gonna take this holly. Sorry, I had to grab some water. Okay, we're gonna use my fingernail here and make that little crease so we can make the holly dimensional. Okay. And then we'll add the berries. Now I had a little berry around here. Of course, I don't see it now. So I'll just grab another one. We've got one dimensional going in the center. And it just stuck to my gold. All right. And it probably doesn't matter how you put your berries on, okay? And let's see how I added this to the card. Ooh, Winka Stella would be lovely on the berries. Oh my gosh. All right, so on this piece, I'm actually going to use glue dots. I'm gonna put one there. And let's see here. I'm going to actually put a glue dot there and one here so that it will stick to the envelope. I'm getting faster with my glue dots, have you noticed? Now I'm going to add this right here. And then I'm going to squeeze this. Now remember, those glue dots are helping that to stick down, okay? All right. Let's add rhinestones. I am having a terrible time tonight with my Take Your Pick tool. All my tools. And I'm just adding these to the center. If you make the alternatives that I'm making tonight, just like mine, you will have enough sequins, okay? So just keep that in mind. You will have enough. Come on. Okay, now we need a greeting, all right? So let's just use Cherry Cobbler. And I'm going to be using the stamp set Brightest Glow. Now, Brightest Glow is in the annual catalog. This carried over from last year's mini catalog. So I chose this one because it's current and also because it has some beautiful fonts and beautiful greetings. And the dies that come with it, now I don't know if you'll remember these dies, but I'm using this one tonight, and then I'm using this circle one, all right? And I've already die cut them. So let me grab a circle, and I'm gonna pop out my little pieces here. Okay, all of that is popped out. And now I'm going to ink All Is Merry and Bright. And I'm going to stamp it right in the center. And you can use your cherry cobbler with this. You can also use Mossy Meadow. And if you don't have Mossy Meadow, use Old Olive. Now, the nice thing about this circle is it's going to cover up the number, and that's why I chose a circle for this one. And that little circle is going to go about right here, and then we're going to add one embellishment right there. So this is the kit right here. And this is the alternative. The circle is from, Diana, you'll love this. It's from Brightest Glow. So it's in the annual catalog, Diana. And the dies are separate, and they're called Labels Aglow. I'm sorry, y'all. Trying to do two things, trying to show a close-up of the projects and the dies. So these are the dies. They are current dies. They are in the annual catalog, and I believe it's called Labels Aglow dies. I love the circle one. Love using that all the time. So these are our alternatives right here. So I hope you like this one. I'm so glad you like it. So you can do it either way. It's so, so fun. Here is another one that I had made. And again, if you make my alternatives, you'll have enough of the embellishment. So, Peggy, I'm glad you like the alternatives. Thank you so much. All right, so, again, there are 6 of these. All right, 6 gold banners. So you would make 6 of these envelopes. Okay? All right, let's see what's next in our instructions. It looks like if we go down the page, we're going to number 3, all right? So this is number 3. It looks like we're going to be using this envelope design right here, okay? And that number 3, and 1 each of the Mossy Meadow and the Old Olive. Sorry, these are glossy instructions, and it's a reflection, and it makes it super hard to see. All right, so here you would make 6 envelopes just like this one, okay? So I'm gonna go over here to the first one, and we're going to add the number 3. And after we do this, I'll show you my alternative. Okay. Ooh, one of my embellishments fell off. Well, Jean, I will find it for sure. I'm sure it's probably, you know, like on my shirt right now or something like that. All right, it looks like this one is just going across the bottom. Okay. Now it looks like we're going to be taking one of this intricate dies. I wish we sold these because they're just beautiful. Here's the other one. And it looks like we're going to layer these on top each other. So I'm going to add a few glue dots, not many, because you're going to find that the embellishments will hold these two together. Oh yes, there it is. Yes, I see it now. Thank you. It lost its adhesive too. All right, so let's pick this off. And then we're going to add this to the top of it, okay? Something like that. There's a glue dot, but don't worry about it because we'll end up putting an embellishment on top of that, all right? So this one calls for, oh, and by the way, if you look at the instructions, the flap is in the front. Mine's in the back this time, all right? So it's easy to forget, but if you're giving them as individual little gifts, it doesn't matter if the flap is in the front or the back, all right? All righty, so we're gonna add 2 glue dots to the clothespin right along here. And we're going to add the greenery to that, all right? Now we're going to take some of the ribbon. Let's see, I want to open my other package. I really didn't use much of this twine on my projects at all. I know, are y'all surprised? You know how much I absolutely love ribbon and I hardly used any. So I'm going to take the cherry cobbler and I am just tying a bow. Okay? And then we're going to use a glue dot, but this time I'm going to use one of my glue dots because I want it to be strong and I want it to hold really, really well. And then this gets clipped on here. And then we're going to bring in, remember that embellishment that had a glue dot? Excuse me. Remember the glue dot. I just covered it with an embellishment. All right. And so we're going to put about 5 on here. We'll put 1 there. That's 3. And I'm kind of doing what the instructions are doing. Every once in a while, I change up. All right. So you have 6 of those. That would be absolutely the same. All right. All right. Now, something I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take out these numbers and just pop them out because I am going to use this for something. So let's look at my alternative. The alternative is right here, okay? And then I have my flap in the back. So let's make another one. And let me see how I did this. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is we're going to take that and that, okay? And I'm going to take this and I'm going to run it across the envelope. I'm so glad you like the alternative. Thank you so much. I'm using just a little bit of liquid glue, ladies. And it looks like we're going to line that up around here. All right, now let's make sure that I get this straight. There, I think that'll be straight. And again, I'm going to take these two and these barely need to hold together because the red embellishments will kind of take care of that for you. All right, see how that one glue dot kind of took care of that? So I'm going to add a few glue dots to the back. I think that'll be good enough. That's just 2 on the back. And we're going to add them about right here. Okay. So I'm going to take some more of that cherry cobbler twine. Oh, and by the way, we only have one more design after this, okay? Just in case you were wondering, because I was kind of wondering, like, how many designs are there again? Because I couldn't remember. All right. And this is where I'm going to add that glue dot. That glue dot on that bow is going to hold down the top. All right. And then I'm going to grab just this little skinny piece of basic white paper. I had cut a bunch of these for a project one time, and this is what I had left over, so that's what I used. I'm going to be using Happy Holidays. Happy Holidays is from Shop the Town, which is currently in our mini catalog, and it's right here. But just remember, check your stash because I guarantee it, you have a greeting that can go across these words. All right, I'm going to try and do this straight. Well, thank you, Peggy. Well, Donna, thank you so much. I'm so glad y'all like it. Did I do that right? Yes, I got it. Okay. And you all might be wondering, what am I going to do with 25 gift cards and 25 gift card holders? I'm filling them with chocolate and with some gift cards, not a lot. And my daughter plans to hand them out at the hospital to the doctors and nurses because they will be working at Christmas. And my daughter's identical twin boys, of course, are premature, so they will be in the hospital for a bit. And so I know my daughter will encounter a lot of different nurses and doctors and helpers and, you know, so she wanted something small that she could give them to thank them. So these are for her, and they've been really fun to make. All right, so there we are. All right. Super simple, simple greeting. You don't need to go buy Shop the Town stamp set at all. I'm sure you have a greeting that you can use. All right. So there they are. Now we have one more to create together. Okay. So here we go. Our last one. Let's flip the page. And, oh, by the way, here at the very bottom, they're showing you these 4 designs and how to hang them. All right. This is their next one, okay? So that looks like a light envelope. So let's grab one of these right here. This one I'll turn to the front because I remembered to turn it to the front. And this time we're going to need, it looks like 6 of these envelopes are going to be the same. that is what it's looking like to me. Do y'all remember that we used to have a punch that was this shape? I don't think it's current anymore. But anyway, that just reminded me of that. All right, so I'm going to use this one. And it just calls for putting glue dots on the back of the numbers. So that's what we're going to do. All right. And so once I create this one, we're going to do an alternative to this. And actually, I think you're going to really, really like the alternative compared to this one. I hope so anyway. All right. So there's number 4. And now we need the poinsettias. So you do need this, okay? So if we look at this, we need this leaf and we need this poinsettia flower, okay? So let me find the flower. Here it is. And it looks like we're going to we're going to put a dimensional right there. I'm just looking at the directions right now. So that's going to go there. And then this, again, just looking at the directions. Okay, so it looks like it'll be something like that. And then 2 glue dots for the clothespin. And we are going to stick this right onto here. And this goes right here. So this one is actually a super, super simple one to create. All right, are you ready for my version? Are you ready for my version of this next one? Okay, so my version was this. So now you can look at the 2. I decided to curl these petals a bit. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we'll do some stamping as well. And let's see. Here is another verse. Same stamp set, which is Brightest Glow right here. So you could do a greeting or you could do a verse. And I'll zoom out a little bit for you to see the original. So I don't think I ever used the gold numbers. They must have just been extras that I never used at all. So I'm glad you all like this version. So this one's really fun to make, okay? So I shall show you how we're gonna do it. All right, looks like we need a light envelope. And at this point, on my samples, I have this in the back. You could put it in the front if you want. And let's start with stamping. We'll get our words on here, and then we'll know about how much space we have. I'm just trying to poke these holes out. Again, these are labels aglow. I know that Diana really liked these dies, and they are amazing dies to have. Let's do Merry Christmas, and we'll do Mossy Meadow, okay? All right. All right, this is really inky, so, all right. There we go. And while we're at it, let's do one with a verse. Would you like to do another one? We'll do one with a verse as well. Isn't this font just gorgeous? It's just so, so pretty. And here's the verse. Love the verse that goes with this. May the peace of the season light your world, and may your new year be the brightest. All right. Oh, I would definitely cover the numbers, Jean. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yay. Well, Donna, it sounds like you have these dies, so now you can just pull them out, right? And use them. They're so elegant. It's just so beautiful. All right, did I pop it up? Let's see what I did. Let me look. I did pop it up. Of course I popped it up. Who am I asking? Of course I did. Why would I not pop it up is really the question. But this I do put on first, and then it'll be easier for me to position the flowers. So we'll put that about right there. That looks crooked to me. Let me try a little bit more. Okay, that'll work. Now let's grab another poinsettia. This time I am going to curl the petals, all right? So I just take my bone folder. I like to make them a little more realistic looking. So something like that. And then let me grab some leaves. And I just kind of curl these a little bit as well. And honestly, it doesn't matter where you put the leaves on the flower. We are going to use that. Let's see. I guess that'll be fine like that. And did I pop up the flower? I did pop up the flower. I was very happy when I made this, I can tell. All right. So we're popping this up as well. And of course, if you don't want all these popped layers, you don't have to do it. And we'll put that about right there. So we'll add our embellishments. And by the way, I think this was the last one I designed, so I really got happy at the end and just used all my embellishments. Okay. My embellishments are not cooperating with me. Okay. All right. Now, I still thought that it looked a bit plain, okay? And so I got out my gold pearls, all right? Even if you had white pearls and you could color them cherry cobbler or yellow, I think that would be very pretty. So let me find my gold pearls. I don't think we carry these anymore. I could be wrong. But again, I was just doing an alternative, and I'm going to put a pearl on each dot. So I'll zoom in so you can see that. I've had these a couple of years because I used them on my daughter's wedding favors, so I'm sure these are retired. But we have lots of pearls. So look through your stash and see what you have. All right. It really does make the flower come to life. I struggled with the flower, to be quite honest, until I put the pearls on it, because I just didn't. This is the plain, see the plain flower? And there it is with pearls. So, the font is amazing, Pat. It's so amazing. It really does set the tone, for sure. All right, and so your other alternative is just do like a little Merry Christmas there. And how many of those did you need? I think we went over that. We went over the number that you needed to make for that. So, yeah, these are my alternatives. They are all the same. All right. So they're all about the same. All right. So there you have it. That's pretty much the Rustic countdown. The nice thing is you get to repeat the process. So there are only 5 different designs, okay? 5 designs. Any questions for me? Can you all think of anything? The Rustic Christmas Countdown is in the online store. It's $19. And you would have 25 gift card holders or 25 chocolate holders. So, oh, you're right, Nancy. Nancy suggested the brushed metallic dots with gold, copper, and bronze. Absolutely. You could take a white pearl and color it red, or a gold Sharpie. Take a white pearl, color it with a gold Sharpie. So, there's so many different things that you can do. It's not like you have to run out and get gold pearls. So use what you have at home. Check your stash at home. I definitely preferred the brightest glow with this because I did like the elegance of the font and the greetings, the words, the verses, and of course I loved the die cuts that come with it, the dies. Yay, it will make it go faster because, to be honest, when I created the alternatives, it took me a while. So this hopefully will make it much faster for you. Here is a nice diagram right here. It shows you how many you're making in this number 1, how many envelopes in this design, how many envelopes in this design, and how many in this one. All right. You are so welcome, Pat. Happy to help. Happy to help. I am so glad that you like the alternatives. And anyway, our kits are awesome. And one of the nicest things about our kits is we can create an alternative. If the Advent calendar doesn't suit us or we don't need it at this point in our lives, then you make them gift card holders. All right.